Every single morning, he woke up with one question. Will I live to see the sunset? No hospitals, no supermarkets, no walls, just ice, predators, and a world actively trying to kill you, every hour of every day. And yet, these people didn't just survive. They conquered a frozen planet with nothing but stone, fire, and each other. This is how prehistoric humans really survived. And trust me, number 3 will change how you see your ancestors forever. It all started with this: fire. Today, you flick a lighter. 20,000 years ago, making fire took up to an hour of brutal, non-stop work, spinning a wooden drill until your palms bled. One moment of rain, and you started over. But when that ember finally caught, it wasn't just warmth, it was life itself. Fire meant your children wouldn't freeze tonight. It was also a weapon. Cave hyenas, wolves, saber-toothed cats, they all feared one thing humans could control: flame. A burning torch turned the weakest creature on the tundra into something predators avoided. And here's the part most people don't know. Cooking food may have literally built your brain. Cooked meat releases far more calories than raw. And that energy surplus is what fed the most expensive organ in your body. Every thought you're having right now, you can thank a campfire for it. But fire alone couldn't feed a tribe. For that, they had to do the most dangerous job in human history. Hunting. Forget what movies show you. A hunt didn't start with a chase. It started with reading. Tracks, broken twigs, droppings. A skilled tracker could tell an animal's size, speed, and how long ago it passed from a single footprint in the snow. And this is the atlatl, a spear thrower. This simple piece of wood more than doubled a spear's speed, launching it at over 100 miles per hour. It was the machine gun of the Ice Age, invented 30,000 years before the wheel. When one spear wasn't enough, they used teamwork. Entire tribes drove herds toward cliffs, shouting, waving torches, working as one coordinated machine. One successful drive could feed 100 people for a month. And then there was the ultimate prize, the woolly mammoth. 6 tons of meat, fat, hide, and bone. Killing one was like raiding a walking supermarket. That could crush you in a second. And it often did. Skeletons of Ice Age hunters show fracture patterns nearly identical to modern rodeo riders. Broken ribs, crushed limbs. Every hunt was a coin flip between feast and funeral. But when they won, nothing was wasted. Meat, marrow, hide, sinew, bone. One mammoth was food, clothing, shelter, and tools, all in one. Now here's the twist Hollywood never shows you. Up to 70% of the tribe's calories didn't come from hunters at all. They came from gatherers, roots, berries, nuts, eggs. The quiet, reliable work that actually kept everyone alive when the hunt failed. Rivers were their backup plan. With harpoons carved from bone, they pulled salmon and pike from freezing water, a protein source that never migrated away and never fought back with tusks. And this was their secret superfood: bone marrow. When other predators left a carcass, humans cracked open what nobody else could: the bones. Inside, the most calorie-dense food on the tundra. Scientists believe scavenging marrow may have carried our ancestors through the harshest famines. But food only solves half the problem, because at night, the real killer came out: cold that could stop your heart in hours. So they built this, a house made of mammoth bones. No trees on the frozen steppe? No problem. Tusks for the frame, skulls for the walls, hides stretched over the top. Archaeologists have found bone huts built from over 100 mammoths. This is Ice Age engineering. Inside, around a central hearth, something just as important happened: stories. Elders passing down every survival lesson: which plants heal, which kill, where the herds go in spring. No writing, just memory, repeated for generations. Their library was the human voice. And their clothing? Far from crude fur rags. Using bone needles and animal sinew, they sewed fitted layered garments, waterproof boots, hooded parkas. Essentially, Ice Age Arctic gear. Without it, humans would have never left Africa's warmth. Because outside those hide walls, temperatures dropped to -30. That thin glow of firelight? That was the only thing standing between a family and extinction. Get injured today, you call a doctor. Back then, your doctor was an elder with a memory full of plants. Yarrow to stop bleeding, willow bark, which contains the same compound as aspirin. They didn't know the chemistry, they knew the results. For everything medicine couldn't fix, there was the shaman. Rituals, dances, painted caves, laugh if you want, but shared belief glued tribes together. And in a world this brutal, a united tribe was the difference between life and death. And here's what might surprise you most. They buried their dead with flowers, ornaments, and red ochre. Graves tens of thousands of years old show us something profound. They loved, they grieved, they hoped for something after. They were not primitive, they were us. Deep inside pitch-black caves, they left us messages, handprints, herds of painted horses and bison, so precise that modern zoologists can identify the species. 30,000 years later, the paint is still there, the oldest art on Earth. Every skill, fire, flint, tracking, healing, was handed from parent to child, generation after generation, in an unbroken chain. Think about that, an unbroken chain of knowledge that leads directly to you. They looked at the same stars you see tonight. They asked the same questions. Who are we? What's out there? The difference is, they asked them while surviving conditions that would kill most of us in a week. Because here's the truth. Their DNA is your DNA. Their stubborn refusal to die is written into every cell of your body. You are not descended from the weak. Every single one of your ancestors, thousands of generations, survived long enough to pass the torch. That campfire in the darkness never went out. It became villages, cities, rockets. It became us. So the next time life feels hard, remember, you come from people who stared down mammoths with sharpened sticks and won. If they earned your respect, hit like and subscribe. Their story is your story.